let's talk about some of my own quote paintings. The more I do, to a large extent, the simpler they became. I've done others which are very simple initially, but they've become more complicated. Now they become more simple, and so many of them are literally one dip of ink. Not all, but very many of them. So I just thought I'd show you some that I did up in Alice Springs. I must have done at least 50 a day, I suppose. But here's just a few. And these were not done on the best canvas and so forth. But you see, now look, just take that. Now, it's nothing special. But I know when people try to do it, they somehow can't do it. But you have to go into a meditative state first. You have to think of why you want to do it. You have to open your heart. Now, not this one, but one very much like it. I did this morning because I discovered there was this friend of mine, this woman, a friend of ours, who was about to have breast surgery. So while I was doing today, I had her very much in my mind. I hope that somehow or other, when we get back to New York and she's just had a surgery, theoretically, if I gave her that, her life would be changed. Yeah, that not that the cancer would be cured, but that the desire for the cancer, which she's had for years, would at last be gone, and she could start to be grateful and have a new life and everything we've talked about with this other person. With that other person, when he was in the hospital, I did a lot of paintings for him, this man with the heart, thinking all the time that if he saw that, maybe it would make a difference. And when he came back from the hospital, we had one which was framed and placed just above his bed so he could see it and maybe become inspirited again. It didn't quite work, but that's my limitation, not the limitation of my potential, not of the medium as such. But so I did one just like this today, thinking of this woman and hoping somehow it have effect. Now, it doesn't mean it's a great painting. It's not meant to be a painting. It's meant just to be a meditative expression. All right, and so I'll just show a few. And this one is, so it's different. It's just, but people think it's very easy to do, and I think they are very easy. I must have done a large number. I do find them very easy to do, but I have to get myself in the state before I can do it. Once I'm in the state, they do just have their own life, which has nothing much to do with me. So see, here's one which is about almost as minimalist as you can be. We'll come to that later. But these are very different, but as far as I'm aware, they're all the same mythology. They're all, as much as I can, getting to be as matrifilial as possible, because that's the state I'm putting myself in before I do it, hoping that it will help the people look at later to become matrifilial. I'm not saying they're great works of art. They're not meant to be works of art. Here's another one. See, and here's, maybe I'll show them. Here's another one. This goes that way. And they're very simple because they're one dip of ink, but they're simple because that's just somehow what I get told to do. Or so, I don't know. See, here's another one. Like that. And, Now here's one which is interesting, because after I'm not aware really what I'm doing, and after I'm finished, I sort of look at them and I said, my goodness, it's like 3 Aborigine men with this thing here, which I thought might be a woman or something. I sort of thought, my goodness, it may be, I don't know, but it's not meant to be 3 Aborigine men and whatever that thing is. It's just whatever came through me to do. You see, and like this one, much the same. So I did a lot of those. It doesn't take any time. The time is, in a sense, is preparing yourself to do it, to have this relationship with the canvas, with the brush, with the ink, with the world is coming to me that I'm hoping to sort of, and then to give it, the world I hope to give it to, is just coming, in that sense, through me. But it's always with this meditative sort of state. It's not meant to be art, it's meant to be healing, as best I can, which is what I think that the ancient paintings were, the caves and so on, which is what I think the cave paintings we've seen and the rock paintings in Alice Springs and elsewhere. They're not meant to be art. They're certainly not meant to be sold or displayed. They're meant to be used. They're meant to be healing. They're meant to, as best as possible, to get as close to matrifilial as possible, through the mythology that they choose to use. Now I can tell you, well, that's really a picture of a man holding a spear and so forth, and so that's irrelevant. You can see that, I see this, I see that. It doesn't matter. It's beyond the mythology is the part that matters.